all you do is you prepare as thoroughly as you can. The guys play their asses off.
Playoffs? Talk about playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
Listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We're talking about practice.
That you probably won't say it again.
I bet I do.
Okay.
Chris?
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. So we let them off the hook.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Gather around, Skull brothers and sisters. This is Skull Rants, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can find me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And do me a favor right now. Go down and hit the notifications because we're going live tonight on this channel and many others as a big conglomeration simulcasting. Make sure you join our show. We're giving away, there's some giveaways, some great things. We did this last year. Great time. Make sure you hit the notifications so you get notified when we go live. I appreciate it. Now, I've just brought on, do my final thoughts. Make sure we got some people on here. Give me tell me who you want to draft. Tell me what you want to happen in the comments. We'll talk about it. I'm going to save for my thoughts in about 5-10 minutes here and see who we got coming on. This is a big time, and we're at number 11. Culpepper, last time we drafted what we thought was our franchise QB. No offense to Teddy Bridgewater. But it really did look like Culpepper was going to be that guy. He had a couple great seasons, so I'm wearing 11 tonight. Sorry about the coughing, coming down with something. All right. Make sure you're hitting like. Get this pushed out there. I'm going to be on for about 45 minutes. If you join, put in the comments where you're joining from. I want to hear where you are, who you are. Let's go. Make sure you're hitting notifications because we are going live tonight. If you want to talk football, or there's going to be 6 or I don't know how many guys on that, at least 6 of us. They're going to be on there. Vogelvike, GG Sports Podcast, Fat Boy, Yogi. I forget what he names this thing. It's a long name. A couple others. We're going to be all on there together. SK from Purple and Skull Media. And Justin is going to be on there. So let's make sure you hit the notifications so you get notified when we join. We're going to join at, I think, 6:30 or 7:30 Central Time. So it's 8:30 my time, man. Wow. Or hold it. No, he's I think 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern, hopefully. But hit your notifications. You'll be notified when it happens. I think the draft it's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, or 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. What do we got here? Young Cringe Gamer. What's going on, man? It's Christmas. It's Skullsmith. Let's go. It's Skullsmith, man. Let's go. What do we got? Brian AX. Brian from X. Thanks for joining. Hey, if you want to join a great community on YouTube, go on YouTube, go to Minnesota Sports Talk, hit subscribe, join our draft show tonight. I don't think it'll be put out on X. So come on YouTube, hit subscribe, hit the notification. You'll be notified. Join the community. You'll have fun, man. If you like X, you'll like YouTube. A lot of chats to join, a lot of live streams, fun times. Come on and join. Who else we got out there? I got 87 people have seen this so far. So tell me where you at, where you coming from. We're gonna go live here when the draft half an hour before the draft starts. So make sure you hit notifications. So let me just talk about it. So the big talk is that our number one guy is drakemaye. That the Vikings like drakemaye. All signs point to that the Patriots would like Jaden Daniels to fall. Don't think it's going to happen, so they're willing to talk trade. But I think I'm completely fine with taking drakemaye. So that means we got to give up extra to go up and get him. I don't know. I'll be I'll be okay with getting drakemaye, even if we give up 3 firsts. I would not. Nobody's worth 4, I think, in this draft, even though there are good guys. There's really good guys. Herf Durfer, John from Virginia, Skull. John, I'd say the same thing to Brian. Hey, if you want to join a great community on YouTube, come join us. Minnesota Sports Talk on YouTube. A lot of great chats. Very positive group. A lot of fun. There's going to be a bunch of us live tonight. It won't be on X, I don't think. At least it won't be on mine. That you come join, watch our show. We do a lot of interviews. We do a lot of stuff, man. So just come on, subscribe, hit notifications. You'll be notified when the show hits. Fun time. Thanks for coming on. Young Cringe Gamer, I have 3 crazy ideas that aren't too far off from happening involving a QB draftee. Tell me about them. I'll read them out and I'll discuss them, man. Tell me all about them. Lights Eyes Vikes. Let's go. Johnny NFL. Let's go. Giants, drakemaye, or bust Vikings. Mayor McCarthy per Albert Breer. Giants, drakemaye, or bust. So you're saying that Breer saying that the drakemaye or bust for the Vikings? Giants, drakemaye, or bust. Vikings, Mayor McCarthy. Okay. I get that. Giants, though, and it would be crazy to find out that that JJ McCarthy said he spent the most time with the Giants, and then them not take him if he's available, which is crazy. But drakemaye or bust for the Giants. Okay. So they trying to get up to 3, do they think? Now, if we find out that we don't, did Patriots take drakemaye, it might be the biggest smokescreen success in history that the Giants spent all the time with JJ McCarthy, don't draft it, or don't plan on drafting him, just to get the Vikings to trade up to 4 or 5, just so another receiver falls to them, or a receiver that they want falls to them at 6. That'd be the best smokescreen I've ever seen by a team. But I kind of think Giants do want a quarterback that's there. But apparently Johnny NFL reporting that Albert Breer saying that they only want drakemaye. So, hey, that's good news for us if we don't get drakemaye ourselves. May equals Allen. Greater than Brian Daboll makes sense. Yeah, I like the Herbert comparison a little bit better than Josh Allen. But I guess the rawness, I don't think he's as raw as Josh Allen coming out of college, but I think he's got the size and the same kind of physical traits as Herbert. Josh Allen's got a little more motor in him, I think, in running, but I think that comparison's fair. Minnesota Charlie, drakemaye will be a game changer. Go get him. I have warmed completely up to drakemaye. I have, just listening to people talk about him the year before instead of this last year. This last year was him trying too hard, being super competitive. So I've really warmed up to drakemaye. A lot of people are saying that is our number one, and I'll go back to talking about it. That is our number one go get, is go up get drakemaye. For those guys in the chat or girls, who do you think drakemaye, what you're willing to part with, what you'd be happy with parting with? For me, if it's our guy, I'm willing to give up 3 firsts. I would almost erect a statue if we get a 3rd back in the trade this year. Third. What's your guys' expectations on having to trade up to 3? And would you rather have 3? drakemaye trading out 3 first rounders, or would you rather have 2 first rounders to get JJ McCarthy? Tell me what you think there. I want to know. Chargers draft Young Cringe Gamer scenario. Here, let's go with scenario 1. QB 4 falls past 6. We trade up to 7 or 8, keep 23. We did that exact thing last night in our draft where we traded with Atlanta at 8, gave up next year's 3rd and this year's 4th. I think it's 108, and we got up to 8 to draft our quarterback, kept 23, and got a D lineman. So I think that would be a home run. That would be a home run, I think. And we kept our 23. And Johnny NFL agrees. All right. Chargers draft McCarthy. We draft Latham at 11. We trade Jefferson and either Latham O'Neal for McCarthy. Keep 23. Oh my gosh. I don't know. We trade Jefferson and either Latham O'Neal for McCarthy. Wow, I think that's overboard. I think that's a little overboard, young cringe gamer. Mentality is on Josh Allen, skill set closer to Herbert. I think we're still talking about drakemaye. I kind of agree with that. Number 3, young cringe gamer. 6 QBs go off, top 10. Wow. Las Vegas trades above us to get QB 5. Jets take QB 6. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that to Rodgers after giving him all that money. They're going all in. Jets are going all in this year, and they're not going to draft a QB in the first round. So I disagree with you there. Sure, Vegas could jump. Vegas could definitely jump us. And yes, but I think 6 QBs go in the first round. I don't think they go in the top 10 though. I just don't. There's just too many good players, too many better players than to go after these quarterbacks. I think there's going to be. I think 5 will go in the top 16. Hey, those are I like your first one. Your first one I believe in. The first one I can believe in. Go back. QB falls past 6. We trade up to 7 or 8. Keep 23. I believe in that one. Keep that as your first. Crazier things have happened. I get what you're saying there, Quasi. Got it, Johnny NFL. All right, guys, man. Make sure you like, subscribe. Go click on the notifications because we're gonna go live tonight. There's gonna be a bunch of us. Johnny's gonna be there for a bit. He's got his own show, Bite Size Sports. Make sure you Bite Size Vikes. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel too. Great guy. Sell the farm for Daniels. 3 firsts for May. 2 firsts for McCarthy. Stick and pick for McCarthy or Penix. Pray to God, no Nix. I don't know why people hate Nix so bad. I don't know. I think it's they're scouting the helmet. I don't know, but I think Bo Nix has got plenty of talent. And I call him a second round talent. I think JJMcCarthy is a second round talent if he came out next year, I think he's the top quarterback in the draft. But he came out a year early. So I don't know. It's a little more of a question mark for me. But am I willing to take him in top 10? Yes. Because I feel like he is going to be the number 1 guy next year. I just don't know it yet. I feel it. And I'll tend to gamble a little bit, but yeah, 2 firsts for McCarthy and some change, but 3 firsts for McCarthy. I'm not completely sold on that. Would I cry in my soup or pull out my hair if we traded 3 firsts for McCarthy? No, I'll be okay. That just means that we really, really freaking liked him. So I'll go with that. No. Scott Prentice. Okay, I don't know what you're saying no to. No to Cringe Gamer. Washington is taking McCarthy either at 2 or they trade back a little bit. Really? You think so? That would surprise me, but hey, crazier things have happened. Hey, Scott, make sure you go over to YouTube and hit subscribe. Hit the notifications. We're going live tonight. A big community over here on YouTube. A lot of chatting, opportunities to jump on shows, have some fun. Appreciate it. We're not going live on X tonight, but we will be going live on YouTube, and stick with us. We got like 6 to 8 contributors, and we're going live, so it has some fun. We do this all the time. Young Cringe Gamer, what if Kwesi just has a sixth sense or insider knowledge, trade back from 11 for a haul, and somehow lands McCarthy on Levis-like fall? That would be the miracles of all miracles. A Christmas miracle, a Skullsmith miracle. I'm all for it. Make it happen. I believe some shit's going to happen that we didn't expect. There's going to be some stuff happening we did not expect tonight. And if you're tuned in, make sure you hit like, push us out. I appreciate your help. The only way it gets, we beat the YouTube algorithms is if you hit like, share if you want to, subscribe, but hit the notifications. That way you're going to get a live notification of us going live tonight, and that helps out our channel. And you join the other channels that are going to be on our live tonight. It's going to be a fun time. Fun time. We did it last year. It was a great time. This year we're picking a little bit early, so you don't have to sit the whole time. But hey, we are doing some giveaways, some nice little prizes, some rookie cards that are autographed. I think GG Sports is giving those out. I like to give out my household items like rolls of tape and shit. So if you need a roll of tape, come on the show tonight. But hey, so make sure you hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment, give me a skull. Tell me where you're chatting from, man. I want to hear where you're chatting from. I'm from South Dakota originally, Springfield, South Dakota. Mom's from Austin, Minnesota, home of Spam. Let's go. Let's go. I was born into this. My kid's born into this. It's a good time. I'm going to be going live for a little bit longer, but make sure you hit the notifications because we are going live a half an hour early of the draft, and we're going to have a good time, man. We're going to have an absolute good time. Now, so my thoughts. Here's my scenarios. Number one, we trade up. We want drakemaye. I believe that's true. I think he's the skill set. He's the player that O'Connell wants. That is the type of player O'Connell wants. I believe that 100%. The advantages he has over JJ McCarthy is his physical size. I believe that. And I believe he has a few more NFL throws in him. Touch and stuff like that JJ McCarthy hasn't had the opportunity to show yet. I can see why that is. The reason why I would take JJ McCarthy personally, if I had my choice, is because he would cost less to get, and I still like him. That's the reason why I would want JJ McCarthy. So if we trade up to get him, and he only costs 2 1s and some change, I would take that over giving up 3 1s. I would love to keep that 2025 first round pick. Now, the talk of him dropping down to 7 or 8, like Young Cringe Gamer is talking about, we did that scenario on our channel last night, and we gave up a 3rd and a 4th, and a 3rd next year and a 4th this year, and we traded up and got him, and we kept our 23rd pick and took a D tackle, and we got our 2025 next year. That is a home run, absolute home run, I think. And if we got that 3rd, we can try to get Devontae Sweat. And now we've solved a lot of problems. We're getting an edge rusher. What's up, man? SiriusXM is saying that they feel that the Vikings will not be able to trade up tonight. Yeah, I was listening to NFL Network, and I think it's because Kwesi probably doesn't want to give up the farm. He doesn't want to give up 3 first round. I think that's the reason. And if he can get JJ McCarthy cheaper, I think that's what he'll do. But I do think drakemaye is their number 1 choice. Yeah. I don't surprise. I've been saying this all along. He has never overpaid for anything. Kwesi is not overpaid for anything. So Scott, I agree that I don't look like he's getting done. But what happens when 10 minutes are on the clock? That's what's going to see. That's going to be probably the longest pick. Is that third pick. We'll see, though. What's up, Skolden? Yo. Make sure you hit the notifications tonight so when we go live for the draft, you are the first one on there, man. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. But tonight, we're going live for the whole first round. Love it. These are my final thoughts. I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately. I've been working a lot. Unfortunately, got let go in January. So I've been Ubering pretty regularly. So I've been doing a lot of work, and we had a little vacation planned, and I didn't want to give that up. So if you are a loyal listener, the reason why I haven't been going live, this is not my main income. I had to go work, and I appreciate you guys having patience with me coming back on. It's my favorite time of year, and I feel like I missed a lot of it, but I appreciate it. I'll probably have more time now to do a little more content. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me. What's up, man? Hey, Dave. All right. How mad will you be if the move is Bo Nix at 11? I would be mad because it's at 11. If it was a lot later, I went and we didn't get any of the other quarterbacks, and I like 6 quarterbacks, and Bo Nix is one of them. I'm not a hater on Bo Nix. Do I think he's a sure thing? I don't think any of these guys are sure things. This is like it's a 50-50 proposition to get a hit at quarterback in the first round, top 10. It's a 52 or 53% proposition to get a top 10 quarterback to hit and be a legitimate contributor in the NFL. 52%, 53%. It is crazy. And after that first round goes down to 40. So yeah, Bo Nix at 11. I think there's a lot of ability there. And just like people say about JJ McCarthy, oh, he's a product of his offense. He played within the offense. Well, so did Bo Nix at a very, very high level, like 4,000 yard, 40 touchdown type of level. That's some production. He did it 2 years. He did it for 2 years. So I'm not a hater of Bo Nix, but I wouldn't want him at 11. I call him a second round talent. I stick to that. He's a second round talent. And I think he has a good chance of making it, kind of like a Jalen Hurts had a good chance of making it. He was a second round talent. I think Philly took him in the right spot. And I'm not saying he's Jalen Hurts. I'm saying he has the ability. There's ability there like Jalen Hurts. I don't think there's all the complaints people have about Hurts. Bo Nix has the same complaints. So, but there was a lot of production, both players. So, man, Nix would be heartbreaking, laugh my ass off. At 11, but if we drafted 11 and then picked him at 23, we'd have a really good starter at D and a quarterback I think's got talent. So I know people are going to hate on me for this, but getting Bo Nix at 23 or trading down and still getting him, I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater on this team. We could do a lot worse than Bo Nix at 23. At 11, no. I think you screwed up. What the hell are you doing at 11? If you had to take a guess, why do you think Ziggy, KOC, and Kwesi were smirking about regarding the draft? Metellus seemed extremely hyped too. It could mean that they have a trade in place. It could be. Or they're just really happy it's draft day and they have a good plan and they think they got the guy. They think they got double down on other plays or other picks. You know, like they got plan upon plan, or he says contingencies upon contingencies. I think he's over prepared as any general manager is ever. So, and I like Kwesi a lot for that fact, but he's not a big time gambler. It would shock me that he trades up and trades the farm for anybody. But if he does, hey, better be your guy. I don't want it to be a desperation move or we just need a quarterback, so I pick one. I got 11 here because we drafted Culpepper. We didn't need Culpepper. We drafted him. You know? And we're picking 11 again. Bo Nix, QB 11 on my board ahead of Hartman, but behind Leary. QB 11? 11? I don't know about that. Spencer Rattler is he's a turnover machine. I feel like he's going to be a turnover machine unless someone really calms him down and works with him. I got him at 6. I had him at 3 at one time. I moved him down to 6 the more I got to see the other players. And the only reason I had him ahead of Penix was because of the injury, but now I'm feeling pretty good about that. But I have him at 6 ahead of Rattler and the kid from God, what's his name? I can't think of it. Skolden, been long time to see you, Dave. I'm doing good. Yeah. Sorry, man. Ben, miss you too. My concern with Nix and KOC will not shape the offense around him. KOC offense will expose all of his weaknesses. Fair thought. It is a fair thought. We don't do a lot of slants. And Bo Nix, one of his superhero strengths is the fit windows on these slants that I wish KOC would do more of. And he doesn't. But if we did that type of offense, Bo Nix would fit it perfectly. But I think Bo Nix has the arm to make a lot of throws. If you sift through all his videos, you'll find deep throws, and you'll find mobility. You'll find him, running the ball and scrambling and doing all those things. I think JJMcCarthy's better at scrambling. He's more shifty. But Bo Nix is a stronger player. He's a physically stronger player. He doesn't, and it looks like McCarthy has bigger, a stronger arm than him, but by like 3 miles an hour. People hate on Bo Nix a lot. I think it's because they just don't like Oregon offenses. Since 2009, only 23% of the QBs selected have signed a second contract. Yeah, is that all the draft though? Is that rounds 1 through 7 though? But yeah, I could believe that for sure. Is that first round? Let me know. Kind of quantify that for me, Scott. I'm bummed about that. It's Kwesi making this decision, the selection. I think KOC is probably telling which quarterback he likes. I think Kwesi has an idea and like, hey, I like these two guys. Which one do you like better? I think it's more that. I think Kwesi's saying, hey, I will draft these guys right here, but you tell me which one's the better one. I think that's his. In my opinion, I say trade up for Jaden Daniels just for him. God, I would love. He's my number 1. I don't know if you know this, but yeah, Jaden Daniels is my number 1. They feels like a one-hit wonder, but he's not. I think he worked hard to get where he was at. He really worked hard. He's a very coachable player and a lot of physical talent. I wish we still had Stefanski too. Stefanski didn't try to throw it 45 times a game like KOC does. That's one concern I have with McCarthy. Be tripling his volume of throws from college. So I think from year 1 to year 2, O'Connell showed a more commitment to the run, but had less talent at running it. You know what I'm saying? I think he came out of the season wanting to run a lot more, but we fumbled so many times and we played for behind so much that he went away from it. So year 1, yes. Year 2, I think he really committed to the run, but had to get away from it throughout the games because of the turnovers. If you get my drift, if that makes sense. Oh, first round. Okay, that makes more sense. And yeah, it's not a good rate, man. It is not a good rate. My top 6 quarterbacks, all 6 of them aren't going to hit. 2 of them might. 3 of them, if we're freaking lucky, if we're super lucky. 4 by some miracle. 5 if it's the end days. And 6, we're already dead and dreaming. It's not going to happen. So, and it doesn't mean that the number 1 guy makes it and the number 6 guy doesn't. It is that crazy. And I do think it has to be a right situation. The good news is for some of these guys that the Bears are up and coming, the Vikings are up and coming. Washington, it's a rough. Washington and the Patriots, rough situation. But for two of these guys, the Vikings and the Bears, they might be in a good situation, and you might be in a pretty good situation if you go to Seattle or something like that, because you'll be sitting behind somebody. Oh man, this is like Christmas for me every year. I wish I got to spend more time looking into it, but hey, I had commitments. Let's give KOC a chance, but I like Stefanski more. He maximized Kirk's efficiency, squeezed whatever remained from Bradford and Flacco. Kirk, I think, blossomed under KOC. I think his best 2 years up until he got hurt were his last 2 years in Minnesota. I know what you're saying about Stefanski. I agree. I think he did well with Kirk. Did well with Stefanski. He did take over that first year, 2018, and finished the year with them. 2019, we went heavy run. Kirk had his lowest stat year, still made the Pro Bowl. We made a playoffs and won a game. That was our last good year of defense. The next 3 years, we sucked. Last year, turnovers, but the defense started to look better. But I believe Kirk was blossoming. Compared to the rest of the league, he was top 5 statistically in both years up until he got hurt in the 2023. So I agree, but I don't think he's heads over tails better than KOC was. But I liked him. I really liked him. What up, Grandizer? I haven't seen that in a while. You haven't posted that on my channel in a while. There it is. Let's go. Skull from New Mexico. Eric LaPointe, man. Nice seeing you again. I'll go live. I'm probably going to be going live a lot more. Hopefully once a day or 3 times a week. We'll see. At like 5 o'clock Central, the drive show that I was doing. I'm probably bringing that back. Probably bringing back Under the Lights as an interview program. And Skull Experience is still live and has only missed a few weeks in 2 years. So make sure you hit the notifications. That way you get notified when I do go live. And tonight we're going live. So make sure you hit the notifications. Let's go. The total numbers, Kirk did better with KOC, but efficiency metrics like completion percentage, rating, TD, interception ratio were better. Well, here's the deal with that. The TD interception ratio, Kirk was actually taking more chances and having longer average throw, per attempt. So, and there was just like a couple games he had bad picks. But I think he took more chances and we had longer plays. I think he threw more. Well, compared to the rest of the league, he was 29. He was like top 5 in touchdowns or top 7 in touchdowns when he threw 29. He was leading the league this last year in touchdowns. So I think he took more chances, and that's where the interceptions came. But it wasn't a big jump. It wasn't like 3. It was like 3 or 4 more interceptions. But I know what you're saying. But we also ran the ball like crazy in 2018 or 19. 2019, we ran the ball like crazy. We won a game against the Packers throwing like 88 yards. And that was that big turnaround in the season when we went on a run and made the playoffs. The best teams have stout defense and offensive linemen. 100%. Ding, 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 ding. Scott is right on the money. That's why I hope like some of our picks in our mock drafts have been D tackle and an offensive lineman, a guard. And even a center that can play, a guard can play center, one of those things. But yeah, it's a good year for this. It is a very good year for this to help us in those situations. And just schematically and the type of players we brought in that fit the scheme a lot better, is going to make this a better defense, 100%. Chicken soup for the soul, Mary Fisk. Oh, I get to see what you look like too. So excited about the draft. Me too, Mary. Thanks. Join us tonight. Hit your notifications. Join us tonight. We're going live. There it is. There it is. That's another Minnesota Viking first down. I had that sound effect. Do I have it still? Let me see. I don't know. Brand. Let me see if I have that on this. Nope. Nope. I don't have it on this one. Oh, goodness. So other situations. I talked about getting drakemaye, trading up for him. Two situations, trading up or getting him a little bit later, 7 or 8 with McCarthy. I doubt he drops to 11, but what if we don't get our QB and it's Penix and Nix and we're sitting at 11? Let me hear it in the chat. Do you take a Penix? Or if you, none of you seem to like Bo Nix, but would you take a Penix at 11? My thought is about Penix is that he's probably the most ready, productive, mature QB in the draft that could probably start week 1. But the whole idea of him, the whole left-handed, right-handed, changing the offense, I don't know if it's that big a deal, but who knows? Maybe it is. Some people seem to think so. But the whole idea there, would he be a guy that you'd be happy with if we picked there at 11? Tell me what you think. Scott, yeah. If he goes in and does the same, balls out like he has been the last 3 years, that's his last 3 years have been as good as anybody. And if he goes to Atlanta, they win the division, they win a playoff game. Where we screwed up, where we could have had him for 1 more year and develop our quarterback instead of having to throw him to the fire. And hell with Sam Darnold is a couple years ago when he extended for only 1 year. We could have extended him for 2, I'm sure. We would just had to guarantee it. And we would have him this year at $35 million. $10 million shy of what he actually signed for. And we would have him for this last year. We would be developing quarterback right behind him. That's where we messed up. And once we didn't extend him, that we were losing him. And we did. And I don't think I think it'll be 50-50 of people missing. At one time it was 70-30. But right now I think people are pretty excited about the rookie, or willing to go through the aches and pains. I am. I mean, I've moved on. I was a supporter after 2019. I became a supporter of him. And then our defenses just really sucked after 2019. But hopefully we beat them when they come play us. I'll be rooting for us. So I just wish the load of the trenches deal line's biggest need. I mean, Young Cringe Gamer, you got a good head on your shoulders about getting the trenches, filling out this roster. Don't overspend for a QB. I get all that. I'm with you. I would not mind what you're thinking. I've gone safely through this whole process, not hitching my wagon or all my hopes or all my happiness on drafting a QB. I want one, but I have not hooked my fanhood onto it. So I'm there with you. If we don't, and we go and we fill out this roster, and I'll be happy with it. Make us better. That's what I want to I want to be better after the draft. That's what I want. Yeah, let's go. Eric LaPointe. Let's go. Penix may go 9 to the Raiders in a trade with the Bears. I think I'm a little thinking that Bears might even want to trade up to get a receiver. But yeah, 9 to, was that 12 or is that 13? I think it's 13. Yeah, 13. You still get a pretty good edge rusher for the Bears. Penix better have a clean pocket for him. He seemed pretty like Kirk. I mean, he takes hits and still delivers the ball. I saw a lot of that. And he runs a 4.6 or 4. He ran a 4.46, if I'm not mistaken, which is crazy. He's a lot more mobile. I think what people are complaining about Kirk is the same thing they're complaining about Penix, but Penix is more mobile. Is that he chooses to stay in the pocket and he lets the rush happen. He holds the ball a long time. All that can be coached. Kirk pressured more than anybody, but still had the great stats because he was fearless. And I think Penix is fearless, and I'll take fearless over chicken shit any day. So I think Penix is fearless, and I think he'll and he's very smart, and I think he'll learn. I think he'll be able to handle the pressure. Penix is good, but can play right away. I don't think so. He's really I'm saying out of all the guys, I think he's more ready than anybody just because of the experience, the age, the volume. That's all I'm saying. I just wish that best Kirk lined up with 2018 defense, which were top 10. We were not top 10 in 2019. In scoring, we were. In yardage, we were like 15th. But again, we were under a run mandate. A coach that hated him, wanted him gone before he even put on a uniform, was talking shit about him at the combine before 2018 even started. So I think it was more of a Zimmer problem, not talking to his quarterback for 4 years. Finally Kirk demanding to meet with him. I think there's more to that. I wish it would have lined up too. But I've never had a bad defense ended up having 2 really bad defenses when Kirk started to kick it in gear in 20 and 21. And all of a sudden we have bad defenses, historically bad defense. And we followed up with Ed Donishell bad defense. And think about this. We have losing seasons with Zimmer and Kirk, the last 2 years of Zimmer and Kirk. We have even less talent in 2022, and we win 13 games. And Kirk had less touchdowns than he did the 2 years before. So it's crazy, but that's a reality. That is crazy that we could win 13 games with that defense, with a quarterback that supposedly can't win in crunch time. And he won 8 games in crunch time and 11 one-score games. So it's like, yeah, I wish it would have lined up too, but I wish we had a coach that liked his quarterback. Kyle Sloter said Zimmer hated him. The only guy he liked was Teddy Bridgewater. It's kind of crazy. He may have liked Sam Bradford too, though. Might have liked him too. But honestly, be okay with building the roster to the teeth. Yeah, I mean, you get a really good roster and get a guy that can manage it. Sam Darnold is not a guy that can manage shit. I'm going to say it. He is a turnover waiting to happen. He's not a confident person. I will root for him. That's the most I'll ever talk crap about him right there. But once that season starts, I'm like, okay, how do we get better? How does Sam Darnold get better? I need to get him. He needs to get better. All right, guys. I appreciate you joining me. Make sure you hit notifications. We're going live tonight. Skull Vikes. Cue music.
All you do is you prepare as thoroughly as you can. The guys play their asses off.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
Listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game. We're talking about practice.
That you probably won't say it again.
I bet I do.
Okay.
Correct?
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.